Welcome to the Key Exchange by Catch the Key Inc., powered by RE/MAX West Realty Inc. In this episode, we're featuring a beautiful home listed by Catch the Key Inc., and we'll walk through what makes this property special, the lifestyle it offers, and why it could be the right fit for you. Today, we are launching into a deep dive on 74 Pagebrook Crescent in Stony Creek, Ontario. That's LHA 0K7. Our mission really is to give you the full picture, sort of the behind-the-scenes look at what owning this place is like and living in this specific corner of the Golden Horseshoe.
And we've got some great stuff to work with today. Detailed property reports, sales history, and these really granular community guides for Stony Creek Mountain. Lots to cover.
Okay, let's unpack this then, starting with the essentials. What are we looking at?
Okay, so it's a freehold townhouse, technically a row house, built pretty recently, 2018.
Yeah, quite modern.
Exactly. And it features 3 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, plus a half bath. So that's your classic 3-bed, 2.5 bath setup. Really popular.
Right, the 2.5 bath is key. And size-wise?
It's got approximately 1,840 square feet. Just over, actually. Plus, there's an attached single-car garage and, importantly, a private driveway. It's pretty much designed for move-in readiness.
Nice. And you mentioned freehold right at the top. That's a big deal for townhomes, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's fascinating how crucial that is. Freehold means you own the structure and the land it sits on. No condo fees, no complex rules to navigate. For a busy family, that's often a huge plus. Gives you significant long-term peace of mind.
But the flip side is maintenance, right? You're on the hook for everything outside.
That's the trade-off, exactly.
Yeah.
Total control versus, having some of that maintenance handled for you.
Okay. Let's dig into the technical bones a bit more. Location specifics.
Yep. It's in Stony Creek under the Land Registry Office, Hamilton, Wentworth. And the zoning is RM241, strictly residential.
RM241. Why should someone listening care about that specific code? What does it mean practically?
Well, it confirms the area's character. It's purely residential. That zoning helps, future-proof your investment, essentially. It means a big industrial complex or something isn't likely to pop up next door. Protects the neighborhood feel. It's definitely part of the stability equation.
Got it. Stability makes sense. What of the lot itself? Dimensions.
The sources give us a frontage of 20.02 feet and a depth of 91.86 feet.
20 feet frontage. That seems, fairly standard, but maybe a bit narrow for some? Or is that typical for modern row houses like this?
It's pretty common, yeah. It maximizes the interior living space while keeping the exterior plot manageable, which, translates directly into lower maintenance living.
Ah, right. Less lawn to mow.
Exactly. You're not spending all weekend on yard work. That's a huge win for the kind of people often looking here, maybe busy families, dual-income households, that kind of thing.
Okay, good point. Now, there's one specific detail in the property report I wanted to flag. It mentions the property abuts a utility box. How significant is that usually?
Yeah, that's important to note. Usually it's more about curb appeal or maybe the front yard layout. Sometimes there are easement considerations.
Like it might affect where you can put a fence or something?
Potentially, yeah. It's something the realtors Sushil and Himani from Catch the Key Inc. would absolutely clarify. They'd make sure a buyer understands any impact on access or future plans. But typically, on these standard lots, the impact on the actual usable backyard space is pretty minimal. It's more a visual thing out front.
Okay.
Sushil and Himani would likely point out how that functional 3-bed, 2.5 bath layout, combined with the modern 2018 finishes, really hits the sweet spot for family living despite minor things like that.
Right, focusing on the core benefits. Okay, let's shift gears slightly. Let's talk money. Dollars and cents, the assessment value. It's listed from way back January 1, 2016 at $353,000.
Yeah, that's really just a baseline for property taxes. It tells you almost nothing about the current market value.
Right, so we need the sales history for a real clue. What does that show?
Okay, so here's where it gets interesting. The first transfer we see was $313,518 back in August 2018.
Okay, around the time it was built.
Exactly. But then, look at this. The next transfer was November 26, 2020, for $620,000.
Wow, wait a minute. That's nearly double in just over 2 years.
Pretty much, nearly 100% appreciation. That tells you something about the market trajectory back then.
That's incredible growth.
It really connects to the bigger picture. It shows just how hot the Stony Creek Mountain market was leading up to, say, early 2021. That rapid appreciation was intense. For someone buying today, understanding that history is critical, it raises that question, right? even with the market cooling off a bit since then, how much of that value jump has stuck? Does it signal strong underlying demand?
Definitely suggests strong demand potential, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the house details, the numbers. Let's talk about the why. Why Stony Creek Mountain? What's the vibe?
Right, let's dive into the neighborhood guide. The overall feel is very, very family friendly. It's known for having great access to parks, recreation, and crucially, it's convenient. Easy highway access is a big plus there.
Okay, family friendly. Do the demographics back that up?
Oh, strongly. Get this. 60% of households are families with kids. 60%. Another 23% are couples without kids, so heavily weighted towards families and couples.
And age-wise?
The primary household maintainer, the main income earners, skew heavily towards the 35 to 54 age range. That group makes up 45% combined.
So established families, mid-career professionals.
Exactly. It's a neighborhood that seems built and sustained by that demographic.
And that stability is probably reflected in how many people own their homes versus rent.
You nailed it. The sources show it's highly owner-occupied, 86%.
86%, that's huge.
It really is. When you see a number that high, it usually points to incredible stability. People aren't just passing through, they're invested.
Right, they care about upkeep, community life.
Precisely, and that often translates into better long-term property value retention and just, a stronger sense of neighborhood connection.
The community canvas section was also interesting. It mentioned residents from 124 different ethnic origins and 25% first-generation immigrants. That's quite diverse.
Yeah, it is. And that kind of diversity often creates a really vibrant local culture. You tend to see more interesting local shops, maybe specialty grocers, diverse restaurants, cultural events. It just enriches the daily life there.
Makes sense. So within this diverse, stable, family-oriented neighborhood, how does a townhouse like 74 Pagebrook fit into the overall housing mix? Is it mostly houses or?
Good question. The area is dominated by single detached homes, about 66%, but row houses like this one make up a really significant chunk, 26%.
Okay, so over a quarter are townhouses. It's not an outlier then.
Not at all. The townhome segment is well established and integrated. It fits right into that blend of, some older, larger homes and these newer developments.
Heimani from Catch the Key actually mentioned that this neighborhood has a real sense of community. That mix probably helps keep it accessible while still feeling established and high quality.
Yeah, that mix is often key to maintaining vibrancy and accessibility.
Okay, quality of life. Let's talk schools. Big factor for families.
Huge factor. And Stony Creek Mountain seems exceptionally well served. We're talking 9 public schools and 6 Catholic schools just in this area, 15 total.
15 schools.
Yeah.
Wow. And any special programs?
Yeah, beyond just the number, there's quality too. The guides mention valuable programs like advanced placement, AP, and French immersion are offered locally.
Oh, nice. French immersion is always popular.
Definitely. And specific schools noted in the catchment include Gatestone Public, Bishop Ryan Catholic High, and Salt Fleet District High. Having that level of choice is a massive draw.
Okay, schools are strong. What about playing outside the classroom? Recreation.
Right. This is where the data just jumps off the page. Here's where it gets really interesting. There are 13 parks in the neighborhood, which is good, right? But listen to this. Those parks contain a total of 65 recreational facilities.
65. In 13 parks. That sounds incredibly high.
It's amazing saturation. That's like, 5 facilities per park on average? It really suggests the city has invested heavily here, making it a prime spot for active families.
That kind of municipal investment should definitely give potential buyers confidence, you'd think.
Absolutely. And think about it. That density of facilities probably reduces the need for expensive private sports clubs or memberships for a lot of activities.
Good point. What kind of facilities are we talking about?
The breakdown is impressive. 11 playgrounds, 10 ball diamonds, 16 sports fields, 2 pools.
16 sports fields.
Yeah. Oh, and I noticed the source material mentioned a dog park, too.
A dog park? Okay, even Max, Catch the Key's chief entertainment officer, would definitely approve of that. Lots of space for running around.
Haha, absolutely. It really points to a community designed for an active outdoor lifestyle. It's baked right in.
So it sounds beautiful, tons of amenities, but let's get practical. How easy is it to live here day to day, thinking about work, commuting?
Right, the daily grind logistics. Let's look at travel. The data shows 92% of residents commute by vehicle.
92%. That's very car dependent.
It is, but remember that easy highway access we talked about? The area is kind of built for it. And here's the key part. Most people aren't driving super far. 68% commute within the city of Hamilton.
Oh, okay, so they're not all heading out to Toronto or Mississauga.
Not most of them, no, and their commute times reflect that. The most common time bracket is 15 to 29 minutes. That accounts for 41% of commuters.
15 to 30 minutes?
Yeah.
That's pretty manageable. Not the soul-crushing hour-plus drives you hear about elsewhere in the GTA.
Exactly. It suggests a lot of the jobs are relatively local.
And what about the jobs themselves, the economic profile, education levels?
It points to a pretty stable community base. 65% of residents have some form of post-secondary education, and within that, 23% hold a bachelor's degree or higher.
Okay, so a solid, educated workforce.
Seems like it. And that translates into a strong employment rate, too, 66% for everyone over age 15.
And where are they working? Top industries.
The top three are manufacturing at 14%, retail trade at 13%, and healthcare and social assistance at 12%.
Manufacturing still number one. Interesting.
Yeah, it suggests strong ties to, established industrial sectors, which often means stable employment right there in the Hamilton area. But as Sushil points out, that convenient highway access is crucial for the other 32% who do commute outside the city. It keeps the broader GTA and Golden Horseshoe accessible, so it's a blend of local opportunity and regional reach.
That blend seems key, yeah. So bringing it all back to 74 Pagebrook Crescent, what's the takeaway?
Well, you're looking at a modern, pretty spacious, low-maintenance home, freehold, which is great.
Right.
And it's situated in this really amenity-rich, clearly family-focused part of Stony Creek Mountain. Plus, it's supported by what looks like strong municipal investment and a pretty stable local economy.
It sounds like a turnkey house in a community that's proven its desirability, especially with that crazy appreciation history we saw.
Exactly. Strong fundamentals, both for the house and the neighborhood.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, the listener? We've seen manufacturing leads the employment stats here underpinning the economy. But we also see tons of families moving in, ongoing residential development mentioned in the sources. So here's a thought to leave you with. Given that influx of families and new homes, will Stony Creek Mountain successfully diversify its economic base beyond that industrial core as it grows? Or will its future quality of life remain quite closely tied to the stability of those traditional industries? Something to consider about the area's long-term evolution. If you have any real estate questions, want to book a showing for a property like this, or just need some trusted advice, definitely give Sushil a call at 647-300-6712 or Hamani at 647-821-6712. You can also shoot an email over to admin@catchthekey.ca or check out their website at www.catchthekey.ca. And hey, if you'd like to be part of the Key Exchange, maybe you're a client with a story, a local business owner, or just someone with a unique real estate perspective, please reach out. We would love to have you on the show.